very good night, almost, to all the viewers out at Catz.org. With me are the guys from LDLC, who actually had a surprising tourney, I think. I don't think a lot of players, or actually community members, saw you reach the top 8. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this tourney went, but especially the run-up to this tournament, because I think it was far from ideal. So we're going to start with, you were extensive, and now you are LDLC. Talk us through the organizational process, what happened in between the steps from you going from extensive to Team LDLC.
So yes, we were extensive at Prague, and Malek, our former coach, had contacts with Marty from LDLC. So when extensive disbanded, we got in touch with him, and it was really easy and really nice to see him, and he picked that out.
So now that you are back as LDLC, you have quite a lot of the same lineup, right? I mean, how many of you from extensive are still here? 3. So the core is still the same. How much of an effort was it to adapt, to get used to each other? Was it a lot of time? Was it really easy?
So yes, we were three people from extensive: Apex, me, and Maniac. So we had that trio for a long time, and then we got Atlantis and Matt, and because Aimé Sajed left us to Imaginary, and then yes, they are very experienced players. So it was really easy to play with them, even if they are from 1.6 and us from Source. So yes, it was a really smooth transition, and we didn't have much difficulties to play with them.
I think the French scene right now is really strong. There are a lot of French teams that have a little bit of the same build-up, actually. There's a lot of 1.6 and Source mixes, and I think actually what's even funnier is that each team has one really outstanding player that the community loves. I think for you guys it's Apex, because you are a really good aimer. For Very Games it's Scream, because he's also a really good aimer. For Imaginary it's Shoxy. What do you think about this? Is that something that's just developed like this? Do you think that's because you and Scream and Shoxy don't mix well in one team, so you're all in different teams? Or is it just something that this is just a coincidence, how it is right now?
So we play together since 2 years with 3D Max, with Shoxy, Flexor, Scream and me. And after the Maxland, when we won against Very Games, Flexor left the team, and we were 4. And after that, Shoxy left them for Very Games, and we were disabled for until now. And now, I don't know how we don't play together. Scream, at the beginning of CSGO, we played together. When I was kicked from Very Games, I played with Shoxy, Screamy, Orcs and Uzi, but without a leader in game, it's so difficult. So I prefer to play with Mstad and Maniac, and I think it was better.
Can I ask you one funny question, maybe? You were in Very Games, and you got kicked. Shoxy was also in Very Games, and he also got kicked, and now Scream is in Very Games. Do you have any expectations, or do you think it's different now?
Shoxy and me were kicked because we have
He says that he got kicked because he has a big mouth, yeah, and maybe bad behavior as well. And yeah, in the Very Games, it's sometimes it's difficult to adapt to existence, and yeah, he did the experience.
Do you think Scream can adapt?
Yeah, because he don't speak a lot. He's not has like Shoxy and me. He don't speak a lot. He's very concentrated in his team, and it's okay.
Then let's go to this event where, as I said before, not a lot of people expected you to do really well, and I think in the first group stage you had a little bit of a tough group with Lemon Dogs and 3D Max, what people expected, and then I think you won it quite convincingly. You had a couple close games, but can you talk us through the expectations that you had when you went into the event, the preparation that you did? Maybe you did special training for these teams, and with what everyone said about how you maybe weren't doing so good, whether that played on your mind at any time.
So yes, it's a pretty long story because you know that Matt isn't here with us in JMX. So Matt had the flu and he didn't make it. So like 24 hours before the LAN, we didn't know yet what player we will have to play with. So we came here with JMX, and anyway we didn't play as much as we would have liked because Matt is away a lot of time, and with JMX we didn't play at all. So when we came here, I told my mates that the main goal was to be first on the group stage. We knew that it was a tricky group stage because there were not like NYP, VG, etc. But it was Lemon Dogs and 3D Max, so very good team, not as strong as the others. And eSports Serbia did a really good surprise. They beat Lemon Dogs, and yes, we won everything, and it was great for us, because yes, as I said, we were like a mix, after all. So yes, we did our deal that we finished first of the group stage, and then in the quarterfinal we did 2 very close games versus ESC. And yes, we missed like 3 rounds, 3 crucial rounds, and that's too bad for us. But we like the experience of a real team, since GMX he did its job, but it was not enough as a team. So yeah, a bit disappointed, but we did a good job.
I think the obvious question right now is, because you had a replacement and you still did so well, how much did it cost you not having Matt here? If you had Matt, would you have beaten ESC, do you think?
Before the LAN, we don't prac a lot. We prac maybe 2 times or 3 times per week, and it was very difficult to be very good like very games or NIP or NIP or ESC, because they were in boot camp, I think, and when you play 2 or 3 times per week, it's very hard to beat them. But with Matt, no, I don't think we beat them. They are so good, and we haven't the best preparation for beat them. It's difficult.
And one other thing is, now you obviously have quite a difficult situation on your hands, because you have Matt as your 5th normally, and now you go to this LAN, and you still do pretty well. So do you just tell GMX, thank you for the effort, but we're gonna go with Matt again, or what's this TeamSpeak conversation going to be like tomorrow?
It's really hard because we had to forget Matt absolutely. So to pass the group stage, we focused on JMX, and as I said, he did his job. But for now, I don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen. We will see.
The mystery. Now, for one of the last questions, you were actually one of the few teams, apart from Very Games and NIP and ESC, that also attended the very first Esports Heaven event in Prague. how did the two compare? So which one did you enjoy more? And what would you tell us after this one that we need to learn so we can organize the next one even better?
So we will all answer. C'est quoi les différences entre Prague et ici?
Franchement, les deux étaient bien pour moi. Les deux étaient.
He says that it's both really good.
I think 120 Hz is really better. Play on 75 Hz is so hard to play, really. So, and I prefer Prague because the hotel was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, as he said, the screens, it needs to be in 120 Hz. It's like a standard for competitive game. Even if the screens, it didn't play that much of a difference, I guess, it would be really best for us. And then, yes, as Apex said, Prague was better. Maybe because it's the first one, I don't know. Even if both events are great, I think I like Prague again.
Well, thank you for all the great answers. I know it's quite late and you want to watch your buddies, but I'm going to first not let you go because you've got to plug your sponsors, you've got to thank all your fans and absolutely tell us where we can see you next or where we can see you online.
Thanks to Marty, our manager, and Team LDLC. We couldn't have made it if he didn't decide for us. Thanks to JMX. As I said, he did his job and he's very friendly. And yeah, thanks to our fans if we got any. And last one.
Thanks to LDLC and first Marty because he sent me here. And thanks to ask me to come here to LDLC. And a big up to a friend, Biggie.
And thanks to ADLC.
Thanks to you as well.
Thanks to Cadwell for the interview.
And for Zolan.
I thank you. It was a great interview, and hopefully we'll see you again at ES7 Birmingham. Is that going to happen? Maybe. All right, so to all the viewers out at cadwell.org, obviously with the top 3 being played out right now, do stay tuned for the last video interviews and all the last updates on Esports Heaven, Mad Catz Vienna.